Hey guys, Maz here. Today we're going to talk about SSH keys, which are a way to SSH into a server without having to type in your password every time. So in this video, we're going to talk about how to generate a key. We're going to look at the two parts of a key, the public and the private key, and just sort of talk about what those are. We're going to copy the public key to a new server, and then we're going to sign into that server using the key, and then we're going to remove the key from that server, which is something you'd have to do if you got your key stolen or you don't want to use the key anymore. So let's get started. So the first step is cd into your home directory /.ssh and just type ls. If you have id_rsa and id_rsa.pub, you already have keys, so you don't need to do this first step. If you don't have these files, which I will remove mine so I can walk you through the process, you'll type ssh-keygen and just hit enter, let it save in the default location. I choose not to put a passphrase on my keys usually, so I'll just hit enter twice and it'll give me some information about the key. So now if I type ls, you can see that I have two brand new keys here. So let's just sort of talk about the difference, because id_rsa is my private key and id_rsa.pub is my public key. And it's kind of a bit confusing why it generates two keys. So your private key is essentially like your password. You want to keep it on your computer. It's a secret. You don't want to upload it anywhere or give it to anyone. It's very much something that you want to keep hidden. Your public key, on the other hand, you can upload it anywhere you want. It doesn't matter. No one's going to be able to impersonate you just by having your public key. So you can almost think of it as like the public key is like your username. If someone knows your username, they can't really do very much. And the private key is kind of like your password. If they know your password, they can do a lot more damage. So the public key is the one that we put on remote servers and kind of send to places. So let's actually put this public key on a server and try to sign into it. So the first step is we need to add the key to our keyring. So if I do ssh-add, it'll say identity added, and that's how it adds it to my keyring. So now there's two ways to actually put it on the server, and we're going to go over both. But the first way, which I think is a little bit easier, is to just do ssh-copy-id and then your server. So in this case, I'm using a CS dev machine, which UMD CS students have access to. So let's just get that typed in. And hit enter. And so now it should have made it so if I type SSH and all that, I don't have to type in my password, and bam, I'm in. So that's the magic and beauty of SSH keys. Now we've already done this once. Let's remove the key from here and do it again. So while we're on the topic of removing keys, what you want to do is on your server, the server that you want to remove the key from, cd into your .ssh directory, and then open up your authorized keys file, and just delete the key from there. In my case, I just have a whole bunch of keys because I kind of access this from a whole lot of computers. I'm just going to remove all of them and then save that. So now if I exit this and I try to SSH again, because I removed the key, now it asks for my password. So I'm not going to enter that in. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to copy. So that was the first way to do it. The second way to copy your public key onto the server is to kind of do it by hand. So my first step is going to be scp id_rsa.pub. Remember to send your public key and not your private key. And then for this case, I'm just going to call it like demo pub key. And then it'll ask me for my password, and now I have to SSH in. And I hope all this password typing makes a compelling case for using your keys. So now you can see demo pub key. And so what I have to do is type cat demo pub key and then redirect that into authorized .ssh/authorized keys. And you'll see that I used two redirect operators here. That just adds it to the end of the file instead of rewriting the whole file. So if you have keys that are already there, you won't just like blow those away. So I hit enter, I exit, and I SSH in again, and bam, no password. So that's pretty much it for SSH keys. I guess one more thing is that this will actually work with SCP now too, so it'll work with anything that uses SSH. So let's say that I want to run this SCP command again. The first time I ran it, it asked for my password, but now it just sends the file without asking because of the key. So those are SSH keys. I hope you guys learned something new, and we'll see you on the next one.